Now, over the last year, as you'll be well aware, I've been to my fair share of airports. Malaga, Kennedy, Heathrow, Lisbon, Rome. They all have one thing in common: long lines. As followers of my social media accounts know, I make no secret of the frustration that I face when getting off a plane. Another immigration, all this, that, the one I was tweeting there was T8 at Kennedy. It was extraordinary. The chief executive behind brands like Priceline, Kayak and Booking.com is Glenn Fogel. He's calling on the US government to streamline the painful process of immigration, and his company has already seen slow growth in the US market for months. Glenn is the CEO of Bookings Holdings. He's with me now. I know you've made the comment about the US, but one could just as easily say it about all those other places, couldn't we?
Well, thanks for having me, Richard. And you're right. In certain parts of the world, definitely very slow to get through the airport. Some places actually very fast. It's really the investment one is willing to make. It's nice to see in the US, the current administration has recognized this. They have put money behind their latest bill. They are investing in it. And this is not something that just came around today. This has been a problem for many years. So I'm glad that people are addressing it.
And for example, if you take Europe, the inability to have biometric machines that other countries can use in a non-Schengen environment. It's frustrating, it's annoying, it's bureaucratic. And what annoys me, Glenn, oh, you've started me off now. I mean, we could be here all night on this one. What annoys me about it is I don't know how the bureaucrats and politicians can feel proud that they're doing a decent job.
Well, I think they're frustrated too. Don't forget, they travel too. It ends up priorities. It ends up where's the money going to go. Some of these things take a long time. And then there's the privacy issue. You know, you mentioned biometrics, and I absolutely am in favor of that. I think I speech people through. But there are groups, unfortunately, it's my opinion, that they actually are stopping us from being able to do things that are safe, that will preserve privacy and allow us to be more efficient getting through. Let's face it, nobody goes on holiday because they want to hang out in the airport.
No, true. The latest numbers, inbound tourists overseas to the United States, showing once again a reduction. We can find any one of 1,001 reasons for why, but it is worrying for US tourism that the numbers, they should be growing and they're not.
Yeah, it's very disappointing when you look at the numbers and you compare them to 2019, so pre-pandemic. The total number of inbound to the US is lower than 2019. And that's really disappointing, especially because travel, tourism, that's a big part of the economy. Those are a lot of jobs. And unfortunately, that money is being spent. It's just not being spent in the US for people visiting. That's the problem.
So we're at the height of the tourism season, or I should rephrase that. We're at the height of the Northern Hemisphere tourist summer. Of course, a company like yourself is well aware of the Southern Hemisphere's different. But what trend are you seeing? Can we pull out any trends so far in this year's tourism numbers?
Well, yeah, we talked about it when we did our last earnings call, how there still is a lot of growth in tourism. It's obviously some places a little slower than others. Asia growing very nicely. Most of Western Europe, Eastern Europe still doing well. It was the US was a little bit slower, but people like to travel. People always like to travel.
Right.
We saw that as soon as the pandemic ended, people wanted to get going. I really think about this long term. Long term, travel is going to continue to increase faster than GDP. And that's a great tailwind for our industry.
So for your company, how are you going to adapt? For instance, the increase of AI. I mean, my husband and I this year went on a driving holiday through Europe, and we deliberately got ChatGPT to set the route. We told them the parameters of the hotels, the sort of hotels, did the whole thing for us. Now, you need to integrate all of that into the various products that you are offering. So how do you do it? What does the booking look like, your company look like in 5 years?
Well, it's not 5 years. In fact, I'm a little disappointed, Richard, that instead of using ChatGPT, you didn't use our Booking.com AI trip planner, which would have done just the same thing, only I think a little better, because you would have been able to book your hotel right off of that. So you could have used that, or at our Priceline company, you could use a very similar product it's called Penny. Also, it's AI driven. It's the exact same thing. So we are far ahead in many, many different ways that we are already using AI and creating a much better experience for travelers.
So when you're using your AI, it has to be agnostic, doesn't it, as to product? Because there has to, in a sense, be neutral as to what it gives, the best offer for the best product in a sense of the parameters that I've set.
Well, actually, what we really want to do, what we're working on, is make sure it provides the best solution for you, personalized based on what we know about you, what you've told us, and what you used in with our company before. So, using that data, we can provide a much better
Right.
solution to whatever you are looking for. That's that one-to-one personalization. In fact, I really think of it as I want to use AI to recreate was the old human travel agent who knew so much about you, knew
That's,
what you liked, knew what you could afford, and present to you those type of selections instead of a lot of stuff that you have no interest in.
and I'll try it. I promise you, I'll try it, and you and I'll talk about the results. Let's see where you end up sending me. All right, good to see you, Glenn. Always good to talk to you. Thank you, sir.